Are you anxious about reconciling with your estranged adult child and want to resolve it quickly? In today's video, we're going to be talking about 4 reasons why it's a bad idea to push towards reconnecting with your estranged adult child. Hi, I'm Marie Morin. I'm a therapist and a wellness coach. Let's get started. So, estrangement is a grueling thing, and parents have a lot of feelings. They could be experiencing grief, anxiety, guilt, depression, so many different things. Your adult child cut off for a reason. So we're going to try and combine a couple of different scenarios in this video. But for the most part, we know that when an adult child cuts off, it's because they need time. So the first reason why adult children cut off is because they need space. And so when they require space to process whatever they're going through, and we push towards reconnecting, what we're doing is in fact not respecting our adult child's wishes. And this tells them that they need to take more time. And so respecting what they need and giving them the space that they've asked for is a good idea, and trying to just do what's necessary to help you in this time period is a better thing to do. The second reason why is your pushing reminds them of why they need to be away from you right now. So hang on, because this is kind of tricky. Your adult child may very well have left the relationship because of some conflict between you, the way that you communicate. And there's a lot of factors why adult children cut ties. You're going to want to watch my videos about why that's so. But let's talk about this for a second. So when we push, what we're really saying to our kid is, hey, what you have to say to me is not valid. My idea of wanting to reconnect is more important. This pushes them away even further. Instead of going towards your need to reconnect, think about honoring your adult child and waiting patiently. And this takes some skill. However, if you push towards reconciliation before you're ready, because let's remember, adult children want to see their parents change, especially when there's been some kind of communication breakdown and things have been going rough for a while. There could be so many different things that are going on. We know that adult children have a lot of feelings about their estrangement. They feel hurt in some way, shape, or form. Sometimes it has to do with the parents, sometimes it's multi-layered. However, when we're patient, when we let our adult child have the space they need, we're not reminding them of why. It tells them that we really have heard them. We know from research that adult children are hoping for their parents to change and take responsibility for whatever it is. If we rush to reconnect, what happens is we're ill-prepared. We haven't gained the skills that we're needing in order to communicate in a way that says we've changed. And so when this happens, when this rush happens, it really works against any attempt at reconciliation. The third reason is reconciliation takes time. So we know that estrangement can average about 4.5 years, and that's a long time, and it may feel impossible to wait this long. Of course you're sad, of course you're hurting, you don't want to be separated from your child. The truth is, the adult child has the ball in their court. They get to make the decision. We talk about this in terms of an imbalance in power. Of course you want to see your adult child and reconnect. This is normal. However, your adult child needs time right now. And so taking this approach of understanding, this is where being informed is so important, because the more you know about why they estrange, what the elements of estrangement are, it'll help you better navigate this time. So in this piece of it taking a long time, there's a lot of expectations. There's expectations about your adult child and how they should be behaving towards you. You're going to want to watch my video on how to deal with estranged adult children, how to stop expecting. This will take a deeper dive into this aspect of estrangement, and it will really help you to watch that. The fourth reason is excuses. So in truth, when we are cut off from our adult child, and if they've told us anything, I don't want to see you because you're controlling, whatever the case is, your adult child has given you a message, and in your heart and in your gut, you want to react. You want to let them know, hey, I haven't done that. It was for this reason or for that reason. I wasn't feeling well. I was depressed, whatever it is. Once you're doing that and you're sending them all of these excuses, what happens is that this confirms to them that you're still invalidating, okay? And you're not really hearing them. They don't feel respected and honored. And this sabotages any attempt at reconciling. So the alternative is to resist the temptation to defend yourself and make a million excuses, and to just listen, gain the skills necessary to hear what your adult child is saying. So it's normal if our adult child tells us something that's very painful for us to feel it within ourselves. It hurts. So, and we feel badly, and we might be so agitated or upset or emotionally pressed that we want to cry and relate to them. However, the time to do that is not with your adult child. You may want to give them a whole bunch of information that is overburdening to them. And for them, if we're being empathetic, we need to be very delicate with what we give them and what we tell them. And so taking the time to learn how not to give excuses and not to be defensive is a very good strategy. The alternative is to push forward, give a bunch of excuses and reasons, and this will alienate them even further. I hear from a lot of parents that tell me initially and early on in the estrangement condition that they write emails to their adult child. They try and communicate to someone else. They're texting, they're making phone calls. And what this does before someone is prepared is really give your adult child the impression that you're still the same. And so making excuses further pushes them away. The alternative is to be informed. Do the self-care. That means learn how to get yourself calm, so that when your adult child or when you learn something, because sometimes there's a cutoff, but there's intermittent communications, and sometimes it's not nice and it hurts and we want to react. So learning how to calm yourself, this is what you do when you're intentionally caring for yourself. You learn how to bring yourself down so that your responses to them are thoughtful and don't sabotage the relationship. And the relationship will be different. It'll be forward facing. Learning communication skills. What will you say to them? How will you say it? These are all really important things, because even though they've cut off, there is intermittent communication at times, and it's not fun. They might say things that hurt you a lot, and so you'll need to be prepared and know how to respond and not react. So making excuses will really push your adult child away. What they really want is for their parents to validate, hear them, and take responsibility for whatever has hurt them. Even if you don't agree, even if you have a different position, this is what they want. You don't have to agree with them to validate. Validating does not mean you agree. You're just hearing their perspective. And since there's an imbalance of power, you won't have the opportunity to tell your adult child all the things you want to tell them. But you can do that when you get support, because that's part of self-care, is getting yourself the help you need during this estrangement condition. Sometimes there's factors that make reconciliation incredibly different, such as a toxic partner, your child's addictions and mental illness, someone's toxic and abusive behaviors. It can be extremely difficult, especially when there's vastly different values and lifestyles. You're going to want to watch my videos about grief. They will really inform you on what to do, how to manage this time period so that you're taking care of yourself. Remember, it's really important to be patient with yourself, patient with the process. Be kind, show yourself self-compassion. Well, I hope you liked this video. If you have, please hit the like. Subscribe so you get my next video, and also don't forget to get my ebook, Feeling Heartbroken and Alone, How to Pick Up the Pieces When You're Estranged. See you in the next video.